Welcome to Pharmacology Insights, where we break down complex pharmacology into simple, easy-to-understand concepts. Immune thrombocytopenia, or ITP, is an autoimmune disorder where the body's own immune system attacks platelets. This leads to low platelet counts and puts patients at risk of bruising, bleeding, and even life-threatening complications like intracranial hemorrhage. Many also experience fatigue. Traditionally, treatments have focused on either suppressing the immune system to reduce platelet destruction or stimulating platelet production using thrombopoietin receptor agonists. But despite these options, there's still an unmet need for therapies that produce durable long-term responses, particularly in people with persistent or chronic ITP. That changed in 2025, when the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved a new oral drug, Rilzabrutinib, marketed under the brand name Wayrilz, the first FDA-approved Bruton's tyrosine kinase inhibitor for ITP. To understand how Rilzabrutinib works, let's zoom in on Bruton's tyrosine kinase, a key enzyme that drives immune cell activity, especially B cells and macrophages. In ITP, overactive B cells produce autoantibodies that tag platelets for destruction. Macrophages then recognize these antibody-coated platelets through Fc gamma receptors, engulf them, and break them down. Bruton's tyrosine kinase, or BTK, is a central link in both of these processes. It drives B cell activation and Fc receptor signaling, both of which lead to platelet loss. That's where Rilzabrutinib steps in. It selectively and reversibly binds BTK, switching off these immune signals. By inhibiting BTK in B cells, Rilzabrutinib reduces the activation and production of pathogenic autoantibodies. Rilzabrutinib also inhibits BTK in macrophages, reducing phagocytosis of antibody-coated platelets. In short, Rilzabrutinib targets the root cause of immune-mediated platelet loss, not just the symptoms. A small but important pharmacologic nuance. Unlike earlier BTK inhibitors used in cancer, Rilzabrutinib binds BTK reversibly through a covalent interaction. This gives strong yet controlled inhibition, potentially reducing off-target effects and improving safety. So, how do we know Rilzabrutinib actually works for immune thrombocytopenia? Let's break down the key study behind its approval, the LUNA-3 trial. This was a global phase 3 trial involving more than 200 adults with persistent or chronic ITP who had failed previous treatments. Participants randomly received either Rilzabrutinib 400 mg twice daily, or a placebo for up to 24 weeks. The main goal was to see whether Rilzabrutinib could raise and maintain a durable platelet response, meaning platelet counts of above 50,000 per microliter for most of the final 12 weeks, without rescue medication like steroid or intravenous immunoglobulin. Here's what the researchers found. About 2/3 of patients taking Rilzabrutinib had a rise in platelets, compared with only 1/3 of those taking placebo. More importantly, 23% of patients on Rilzabrutinib kept their platelet counts high for several months straight, while none in the placebo group did. And beyond platelet counts, people on Rilzabrutinib bled less, needed fewer rescue treatment, and felt less tired. These benefits also showed up in quality of life scores, meaning people actually felt better in their day-to-day lives. Rilzabrutinib was generally well tolerated. Most side effects were mild, the most common being diarrhea, nausea, and headache. So, to recap, Rilzabrutinib works by blocking BTK, thus disrupting autoantibody formation and platelet destruction. In clinical trials, Rilzabrutinib helped many people with ITP regain safer platelet levels, reduced bleeding and fatigue, and did it all with manageable side effects. Rilzabrutinib's approval marks a milestone, the first targeted BTK inhibitor for ITP, and signals a broader shift in autoimmune disease management, from broad immunosuppression to targeted immune modulation at the molecular level. And that's it for today's pharmacology video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more pharmacology content.